I think the whole region is part of that storytelling of the trade routes. And in our nature, we're just travelers and very adaptive. And to the east has to meet west. It's not, we're not a region that lived in a silo or away from the world. We're part of the trade routes. So we've adapted and we've cross-referenced and we've joined different cultures together to become who we are today.
I think the Arab world seems so far away for some Westerners without realizing that we are, I mean, so connected. Even me, for example, I am Lebanese and Syrian on my mother's side, fifth generation, because they went to Brazil, and there's so much of that. And I interviewed another Lebanese the other day that was born in Africa. And it's just, the world is so globalized, yet it still seems so far away. So I think bringing them together, connection, whether it's through fashion, storytelling, movies, music, it's such a beautiful thing.
I agree, and I as you mentioned, you're fifth generation. I think the elements of our culture are so strong that they're inherited no matter what. And so it's crazy and fascinating to kind of see that, especially on a global scale.
In Brazil, some of our most famous dishes are kibbeh, esfihha. I mean, these are tabbouleh. These are Arabic, dishes, fifth generation, but yet, a few years ago, I don't think it exists anymore. One of our fast chain restaurants was called Habibi's
Oh wow.
that sold
Oh
sfihas.
wow. Okay.
Yes, so it is very prominent. I think people are becoming more interested in that side of the world, especially as the world becomes more globalized, and hence this podcast.
And I believe we as Arabs know, although we're going with a lot of turmoil as we see, but there is a bit of a cultural renaissance. And that we're going through, I believe, the beginnings of a Renaissance area period in our region, and I believe it was also part of we got so scattered in the world that we all held up into our culture in some way somehow, that even abroad we're trying to celebrate who we are in these as a third culture kid or a third culture individual. And I feel to a certain extent, whether it's American music or, for example, the reference to Latin America or even in Europe, I think there is a lot of Arab or I would say SWANA, so Southwest Asia and North Africa, which it's a better reference than MENA, the MENA region, or Middle East and North Africa, because the Middle East is referenced to the middle of what? So the SWANA region, I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's creating these. You're seeing our musicians sing in Spanish, in French, in Italian, in English. You see our supermodels. You see our artists. You see um, our actors. A lot having of that influence or descendants of certain people that migrated, which is beautiful in its all forms. And we all speak about our stories and how we got there and how we've become ingrained into these cultures. But yet again, our roots are still pretty strong. And I think that to certain like essence scares a lot of people. But I think from that point of view, it is such a beautiful element because yeah, you're just surrounded by love no matter where you go.
People are afraid of the unknown. And I think, that's why it's so important to just get to know people and, get rid of the stereotypes. It just create empathy because we're all humans.
We are all humans, exactly.
We're all cut from the same cloth. Ooh, how'd you like that fashion?
No reference.
Yeah, that was I love that. Now, the SWANA, I've actually never heard of that. So, is this a new term?
So it is a term that's been used in the past few years in referencing the Middle East and North Africa. So what they call the MENA region. But it's actually SWANA. So it's Southwest Asia and North Africa.